I've been talking about this man all day. Can't believe he's going to do it. I think it's only a week till you do it, is it?
Exactly,
Chris?
1 month.
It's a month till he is going to walk the length of Britain from John O'Groats to Land's End. And that's not all, because he's going to climb the UK's highest mountains along the way. It's all in aid of raising money for 3 charities with a very personal connection to him. He'll be talking in a couple of moments. First, let's hear this, though, from a well-known well-wisher.
Hi, Chris. April's not far away, and all the very best for that walk. It's not a bad walk. It's downhill. You're doing it from John O'Groats to Land's End, and then you've got a few mountains to climb as well. So very, very successful, I hope you are. We'll give it plenty of plugs, keep us informed, let us know where you are, and we'll make sure everyone else knows where you are. Good luck, walk well, enjoy.
And Chris Cottam, who was that?
That was the legendary Sir Ian Botham.
Yeah, he's done a fair few walks like this, hasn't he?
He has, and he started doing it when I was sort of of an age where these things were impressive. And when it came to my turn, as to what am I going to do, I don't have any real talent, so this was the obvious thing, was to try and
put one foot in front of the other.
Yeah, walking about seems to be something I ought to be able to cope with, so that's kind of how we picked this particular challenge.
I mean, there are 3 charities and they all mean a lot to you, don't they?
They do. My wonderful wife, has actually had breast cancer not once but twice, and is winning that particular battle, so that's fantastic. So Breast Cancer UK is one of the charities. Throughout the rest of my life, I seem to have lost people close to me, or friends have lost people close to me, through leukemia and other blood cancers, including my sister-in-law, who died just over about 18 months ago, tragically, Ruxy. So, sometimes it's good news, sometimes it's not so good news.
So which charity is that one?
So that is Cure Leukemia.
Cure Leukemia.
There's a Professor Craddock at the Queen Elizabeth in Birmingham is really driving some amazing research into blood cancers and curing them. And Cure Leukemia is the charity that he uses as his main vehicle for that. And then the third charity is one where my kids went, the Holt School in Wokingham. The reason I wanted to do that is that, we clearly need to attack these things on many levels. There's treatment for people once conditions are diagnosed. There's prevention for, helping to avoid these awful things as much as possible.
And now there's even vaccination we're hearing more about to prevent any reoccurrence of it. And of course, with your wife has had it twice.
Yes.
You must be particularly interested in that. I mean, science is making incredible steps forward. Frankly, all they need is money. It seems that the brain power to actually beat this is there, as long as we, keep backing them.
Indeed. And that's really why the school is the third thing, which is education in its broadest sense is going to be a big part of winning the battle. The battle is not going to be really a single miracle cure. It's lots and lots of little steps. And
that's what you're going to have to do.
And that's one of the reasons why lots and lots of steps became part of what we're doing.
Now, as Ian Botham says, you're taking the easy route because it's downhill all the way from John O'Groats to Land's End.
Yes. Do you know, I've never actually looked at the sea levels to know which way is up and which way is down.
To me, there's something mentally more, it looks better to start at the top and go to the bottom.
Indeed. And the classic approach is to actually do it the other way, because it takes about 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And the weather can change at this time of year quite a lot in 8 weeks. So classically, you'd start at the bottom where the weather's good, and as you go north, the weather improves.
Yeah. So you're going to go up into very frosty, icy Scotland at the moment.
On the climb at Ben Nevis, I've actually engaged some professional help for the climbs of the 3 mountains. And the chap who's going to take me up Ben Nevis did ask me, have I got my own crampons?
And I hope you have.
And absolutely not.
A full set of crampons. I hope your crampons are in working order.
He did say he could provide them if necessary. But it's just that you don't realise or think necessarily that, actually Ben Nevis, even on the 1st of May...
It's a blooming big hill.
It's a big hill, and it is in Scotland, and it's probably still quite cold. So Ben Nevis is kind of the first major climb. On the 1st of May.
So, right, no, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So who's with you? You're not doing it on your own.
I am doing it on my own.
Entirely on your own?
Entirely on my own. Well, I've planned to do the walk on my own. My wife is coming with me for the whole trip.
Bless her.
But she's not going to follow behind me. She's going to be going ahead, the advance party, finding out simple things like where are we going to stay tonight.
Yes,
So
yeah.
she'll manage all of that. There is an open invitation to anybody who'd like to come and do the walk with me, particularly around the three mountains. But just the logistics of trying to get people together to spend 8 weeks on the road was pretty
Yes.
tough. So much easier. I will do the walk. And then if people would like to join me, I'd love to see them.
Okay, so how are you getting there in the first place?
So we're driving.
You're driving all the way up to
So we're driving
John O'Groats.
up to actually Avonmore is
Yeah.
a stop on the way.
Right.
Again, my lack of geographic
You can
knowledge.
pick up your crampons there, can't
Indeed.
you?
I thought it would be about another hour, and local people said, "Oh,
Oh,
it's
it's-
3 hours." So we've still got quite a bit of a drive
Yes.
to do on the Saturday.
And so then you'll get to John O'Groats
get to
and
John
you'll have your
O'Groats.
picture taken and then it starts.
Well, we start on the Sunday. I actually hope to sneak in a few miles on the Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
It might be the only time I'm ahead of the game.
Yeah, so you might as well start well.
Indeed. So one of the challenges is its average is 20 miles a day. Well, you can't guarantee that you're actually going to manage 20 miles in a
That is a
particular
lot,
day.
you know.
Yeah, tell me, my feet are beginning to question why did I ever say I'd do this.
So then you'll walk down to wherever Ben Nevis is.
So Ben Nevis
I'll have
is
to get my
at
geography
Fort
map out.
William.
Fort William, right.
So that'll take about 10 days. So Snowdon
Yes.
and Scarfell Pike, which are the other two mountains that we're doing, actually I know them, or I should say I knew them, because this
Yes.
was all a long time ago, reasonably well. But I've never been up Ben Nevis, so that's going to be a
Scarfell
first.
Pike is where?
Scarfell Pike is in the Lake District.
Oh, is it? Right.
Yeah.
Gosh. So then after Snowdon, it's all plain sailing. You'll just come over
It should be, yes.
come down the
It's just-
M4, won't you, really?
Well, just get out of Wales, cross over to Bristol, and then round the corner and just straight down to Land's End.
And you really think this is all going to take 8 weeks? This sounds like
That's the plan.
mega months to me.
20, just under 8 weeks, actually.
Okay.
And if everything goes to plan, of course, that's a great big if. My biggest nightmare is probably injury.
Yes.
And you can't really
blisters.
train. Blisters are not so much of an issue, but if you fall over and twist an ankle, or God forbid something doesn't go wrong with a hamstring or a calf muscle, then that could throw the plan completely out of the window. But touch wood again. There's lots of wood touching going on at the moment. The 8 weeks should be doable.
Are you going to keep a blog?
Yes, we have a full website, which maybe we could mention
Yeah,
later.
go
but,
on. No, tell us now.
well, it's the acronym for this thing is called JOGGLE.
Joggle.
Jogle, which is John O'Groats Land's End.
Oh, good.
If you do it the other way, it's called Le Jog, a bit of a French connection. So because we added the three mountains in, we call it Chris's Big Joggle.
It's your big joggle.
And the website is just chrisbigjoggle.com.
No, but that's easy. chrisbigjoggle.com.
Yeah, and on
We'll
that,
follow
there's
you.
the route. If people would like to join me with the days where I expect to be, information about obviously donating to the charities. We are hopefully going to have a bit of a celebration dinner when this is all over. So it'd be nice to get some people to come to that if they're local. So pretty much all the information people might need, including how to follow where I am on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, so it's Chris's Big Joggle.
Yeah, chrisbigjoggle.com.
chrisbigjoggle.com.
You can't do an apostrophe in a web address.
No, that's
apparently,
very...
so
right, okay.
chrisbigjoggle.com,
and we will follow you. And you're taking off, as it were, exactly in a month's time.
Absolutely.
Best of luck. Let's hope you raise lots of money.
Thank you
and
so
let's hope
much.
you get joined by lots of people along the way.
It would be lovely to see some people for some company. Yeah.
Okay, there's a reminder for you, just in case you fancy driving up there to join him.